Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 40370. This set here is a gift with purchase at LEGO stores and shop at home from the 1st of March to the 15th of March, and I think it's still available as of the upload of this video, or as of the recording of this video. I guess I can't confirm it'll be uploaded before the 15th, but it's available with purchases of $99 or more, and that's a pretty reasonable threshold for a box of this size. It's a thicker box, and it's got some good artwork around all of it. It has the 40 Years Trains logo, plus the classic LEGO system logo in the corner, 40 years, and it just shows you the back here, as well as it shows you the original set that this is a remake of, down here in the bottom corner. Set number 7810, which was released in the year 1980, so 40 years ago. And, I'm not a huge LEGO Trains historian, so I don't know everything about it, but I believe that this was the first the year where they discontinued the old tracks and started using the 9-volt system, which was it 9 or 12 volt? But the one where there was no motor in the actual train itself, and you put them on the tracks that were lined with metal on the inside, and it would make the trains go. I think, maybe. But we do also have a single instruction booklet here, and unlike some of the other promos that they've done, it doesn't have anything in the front about the previous trains, and nothing special at the back either. It's just standard instructions, which I guess are more typical of a promo, but not this particular kind. So the original set contained 97 pieces. This one contains 188, and while that's a little bit of a difference, larger than I would expect. Part of it is kind of obvious because we do have this stand here, which, I do appreciate it existing, and I'm happy that they threw it in, because I think it really helps make this look collectible. Like, just having this train here, you really can't tell if this is the old one or the new one at first glance. The only obvious difference externally is the sticker here and a little bit of the build around the front, just because they didn't have the existing magnet and coupling pieces, because those have been long retired. But just looking here at the stand real quick, it does fit on like that. You can turn it around if you want to. Either way it fits, but it does have this cool little 40 years of LEGO Trains sticker, which, yeah, that's a sticker, as is this right here, the name of the set stickered on there. That's cool as well. And both of those are a shiny silver, the text, so they do sort of vanish from some angles when the light doesn't reflect off of it right, but when the light does reflect off it right, it looks really cool. So, a little tiny bit of a trade-off there, but like that there, you can see it pretty clearly. And the little stand over here is just for the minifigure to stand on. You could remove that if you want to, or replace it with a 1x4 tile. If you want your minifigure to be able to stand inside the train on display, which again, that can happen, and otherwise is very plain, but it does elevate the train off of the little platform there, and you can stick the figure inside. Alternatively, if you want to display it like that, that works as well. But, this is how they show it on the box, and it is pretty cool. But let's take a slightly closer look at the train. And, one of the main differences between this and the old one is it doesn't use the base motor piece. Well, I guess, I don't know if it was a motor, but it's like a train base, and it has all the wheels attached to it. This uses the more modern wheels that attach just with Technic connections. So, it's built up, and it takes up pretty much the same amount of space as the old one. It just uses a decent handful more pieces, and that's where the rest of the inflated part count comes from. Up on the front, we have these little assemblies here, which are meant to replicate the shape of the old coupling / magnet piece. and that actually works really effectively. And there's a little bit of the friction pin sticking out there too. It just that's kind of a clever technique, and I don't think I've seen them use that before. Again, the sticker is slightly different there, just because it doesn't use. There was a branded DB German train logo on there, and now they just use the regular Lego City Train one, and that looks pretty good still. And you do have the set number of the original train stickered here on the front, and it is also, I guess, included on those. And there's also an additional one up here on the top, and I don't know if this was present on the original one. I don't think they had this bracket piece. Maybe they had something up here attaching it in a similar way, but I think that this piece might have just not existed. Like this section might have not existed in the original version. But we do also have this little control sticker thing in there, as well as this is where, in the original model, I believe you were able to run wires through there to make something happen. I think it was to power the motor and connect it to something. I don't know. Again, I'm not a huge Lego train expert, but I appreciate the recreation here of a classic model, made available for those modern Lego collectors who, didn't have access to the original version of this. And I just looked at the box real quick, and this also, it wasn't a tile sticking out, it was actually just printed or stickered in the original version onto the base there. I think it was a sticker over multiple pieces, actually. Come to think of it. So maybe that's probably why they modified it for this version. And over here, I don't know. I would assume it probably was just stickered over multiple pieces if the sticker existed at all. But I don't have a back view of the original set, so I can't tell you. But the one minifigure in here included is pretty cool. And the Sigma minifigure included here is a reprint of the original, basically. There are actually, there's one slight difference here, which I'll point out in a second. But first up, the hat is new. It's the same mold, really, as the original one, but it has a part ID. And it's newly reintroduced, as the last time this was produced in this color was 2002. So, it's cool to get it again. He has a regular classic smiley, which those are always fun to see. And his torso print is just a recreation of the original one. But if you look at it really, really subtly, you can see that there is a blue outline printed around the white, which, it's, there, you can sort of see it there. Basically, they, reprinted it, but there's blue behind the white, so you can still tell this figure from an original. It's very, very subtle, and I don't know if that was the intent of them printing it this way, but, it's kind of neat that I guess you can tell this guy apart, so he is technically a completely exclusive minifigure. So I guess if you wanted to own every minifigure ever, you'd need this guy. So, it's cool. There's not really too much to say about it aside from that, because it is just the original train driver, which is perfectly appropriate, and I wouldn't expect anything different. And actually, I am sort of glad that they didn't print like a 40 Years of Lego Trains logo on the back like they did with the Star Wars 20th anniversary ones. Because, yeah, it was sort of cool and sort of commemorative, but, those weren't really able to be used as just regular versions of those characters. Here, we just have a completely regular train driver, and that's cool. Overall, I'm just really happy to see Lego continuing this line of sort of anniversary promos, similar to the 60 Years of the Brick one that they did a couple of years back. I just like this one. It's cool. It's something nice and commemorative and collectible. It's not like the original set that this is recreating isn't something that I would have gone out of my way to get, but as a promo here, this is something that's cool, and I feel like it's a nice thing to add to my collection, and it sort of fits in with some of the things that I've gotten recently, just because they've done some of the anniversary stuff recently, and this is a cool thing to have, I think. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know also, did you guys get this set, and if you did, do you like it? And if any of you guys have the old one, you can let me know there too, and see if I got all of my assumptions about the old one correct. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, see you guys all next time, and bye everyone.